Hey guys, Orv8, bringing you a video today about the AK-47 magazine bolt open modification. Specifically, these are not the bolt hold open magazines. These are going to be modified. I do have one that's modified right now. A big concern that a lot of people have is with these TAPCO mags. I know a lot of people like these TAPCO mags. I actually have three of them right here. I have two unmodified. I have one modified that has the follower from my service magazine that came with my N-PAP when I bought it, which currently has the TAPCO plastic follower installed in it right now, whereas the metal follower from the service magazine is in my N-PAP, or I mean in my TAPCO magazine. So that's what's going on with that. So I just wanted to show you guys how this kind of works. Eventually I'll do a tutorial, but I don't have the parts currently because, as you'll see, the TAPCO magazines have plastic followers. Actually, here, let me take one apart for you real quick. So these TAPCO magazines themselves are plastic, and they have plastic followers, but they have a metal base plate, which I don't know why you wouldn't have a plastic if the whole magazine is plastic, but I'm sure it has something to do with like spring pressures and stuff. But I would really recommend for TAPCO, if you're gonna, like, you know, if anyone from TAPCO sees this, please stop making these things in plastic. The weight does not matter as far as I'm concerned with these. So, and metal followers, in my opinion, is much better. I don't mind the plastic magazine body, that's perfectly fine, but make these followers in metal if anyone's watching, please. So, let me take apart, actually that's the plastic one. Well, I need to take apart, this one will probably be easier to see anyway. So let me take this one apart. This one goes backwards. Alright, so let's see. This is unmodified. This is the modified one. Alright, so this is the surplus magazine. I guess you would call this casing, because it doesn't have the spring follower or base plate in it. But all AK magazines have these little like notches in them. And where did I put my flashlight? Here it is. I don't know how well the camera will pick this up, but gotta use a. You'll see this, trying to figure out how to hold this, like that, I guess. You'll see that there's this little notch here on all AK magazines. This is specifically the TAPCO. I have one, this is a surplus. This one's already ground off, but you can see where I ground it off. There was a tab here, now you can see there's bluing missing and it's shiny. That's where the tab was. I took a Dremel and I ground that flat. So what that allows... What that allows for is, give me this one, for a follower to come up higher. So on a normal AK magazine, the follower only comes up just possibly right slightly over the back of the lip on the magazine, whereas on the modified bolt hold opens, you can see that it comes up much farther now. I mean, I cut this away, but on the side it comes all the way up to the feed lips now. Basically the feed lips kind of stop it from coming all the way up now. But whereas normally it would probably be right about there, but since I ground those off, it comes up farther. And what that allows is on the inside of your AK, here, let me lock this back. There we go. On the inside of your AK, when you clip it in, you'll normally have the magazine follower slightly lower. But what happens This selector switch on this thing is super rough. I'm trying to do this one-handed. God damn this fucking selector switch. There we go. Alright. Sorry about that. I really got to work on that selector switch. It's still factory. But, I don't know how well this will pick up on the camera, but, actually here. You know what might help? Let me remove the dust cover. I don't know how well that'll help you see, but it might help a little bit for some people. So when you pull this back, you can see that the magazine comes up a little farther and it's cut away so it's flat. So when the bolt comes forward, it stops because the bottom of the bolt hits on that flat section of the magazine, like so, and that holds it open until you pull out the magazine and then the bolt comes forward, like so. Whereas on a normal magazine, the bolt is too low, or the follower is too low, so when the bolt comes forward, which is really hard to guide one-handed while holding a flashlight, let me try this, it passes right over it, as you can see, so it doesn't stop it. So that's basically the only thing that a bolt hold open AK-47 magazine will do, if you purchased one, is make it come up farther and have a flat section on the follower for the bolt to catch on. My problem is that with these plastic Tapco magazines, with these followers being plastic, I already tried dremeling away at one of these, as you can see, but the problem is that when the bolt would just come forward with so much force that it would shear off the top of it, and now it made it rounded again in some aspect, or it gave it a ramp, so when it comes forward it no longer stops, it just hits that it hits that, jumps it, and then goes over it again. So these Tapco followers, because they're plastic, do not work in modifying them to make bolt hold open magazines. So I'm trying to find some metal followers to replace the plastic ones in these Tapco magazines, but as you can see, I have a metal follower from my service magazine. I have this follower in this Tapco magazine, and it works fine. So the question isn't, do you need to buy like a whole magazine to do this? No, even with these Tapco plastic magazines, the only part that you actually need to purchase is a metal follower that I guess would be usable in any 7.62 by 39 magazine. So a lot of them that I've seen online, because I haven't ordered any currently, are from East Germany, and they're metal followers for 7.62. I'm probably going to order one of them, see if it works, and if it does work, I'll order another one, because I have, or actually I'll order two more, because I have 3 magazines from Tapco that I need metal followers in to make these bolt hold open modifications. But currently, as they are plastic, I can't really modify them, and I don't feel like destroying the other 2 followers that come with the standard Tapco magazines, because while I haven't noticed any feeding issues or anything, I have noticed that there is a weird issue with loading. Look at some bullets here. I'm not super familiar with the AK platform. I just got it this year, but oops, that one doesn't have a follower in it. This one does. When you're loading them, when you're loading ammunition in here, whoops, sometimes when you're loading it, it'll push down, push one forward slightly, and then when you try loading the next one, you get an issue like this, where the bullet is on the forward, I guess, lip of the magazine, and then I can't load anymore, and it's kind of loose. As you can see, I can kind of push it forward and push it back, you know, if I get something in there, it's very loose. It's not like the spring has a lot of tension. And I don't know if that's only with these TAPCO magazines, but I don't seem to have that issue so much with the surplus, which if you look at the spring, this bottom one is the TAPCO and this top one is the surplus. This surplus has a lot more to it. So I haven't tested it with the surplus, but I'm thinking that might be it. But if you do modify your magazines, this could be one of the issues. I don't know if it's actually caused by something with the feed lip, because I've seen on that surplus one, the feed lip doesn't go all the way to the back. It starts, you know, kind of like halfway, then rounds off and, you know, comes down over here. So I don't really think it's actually an issue with the follower, but if it is, it seems to only be with loading. They kind of feel a little loose, but with firing I haven't had any issues with reliability yet. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a good modification. You don't need to spend the money to go out and get like Yugoslavian. I know a lot of people, or the markets kind of have them right now, are Yugoslavian bolt-hole open AK magazines, because all they are basically the two notches are shaved off, and the follower is flat on the back so the bolt can catch it. So anyway, that's all for this video. I'll definitely have an update video when I get the metal followers for the TAPCO magazines. And my phone's ringing. I'm just gonna ignore it because it's across the room. So but that's basically just a little introduction to this. So just a heads up on a video that I'll have coming up in the future is I'm going to be showing how to actually convert one of these TAPCO magazines, which will also work for these surpluses, but specifically these TAPCOs. I'm going to show how to convert the follower to work in a TAPCO magazine. But that's it for now. If you like this video, thumbs it up, and, you know, do whatever else. I'm not going to beg you for subscriptions, you know, because you people do whatever you want. So, you know, anyway, that's about it. I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.